Hi Taurus, welcome to your reading. This is going to be for the next 10 days. It is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. If this one doesn't resonate, definitely check out those other placements. It is a general reading, so it may not resonate for everyone who watches. So we're going to get into your recent past, your current energy, and the near future. And then we're going to clarify and get some messages from Spirit. If you're returning, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. If you're new, welcome. I do hope if you enjoy the messages, you'll consider subscribing. And if you'd like a personal reading, that info is in the description box below. All right, let's get started for you. The overall energy for the next 10 days, and by the way, this is timeless, so just know that whenever you click into it, it's meant for you. I don't say that in all my readings, but the next 10 days, those can hit you at different times. So again, whenever you find it, even for the other ones. All right, so you have the Four of Pentacles in your overall energy. So there's something that I feel like you're holding on to. You could just be feeling a little bit nervous about your finances and wanting to hold on tightly to what you have. There's something about holding on to something. It could be because of your financial situation. You feel like you need to tighten up a bit. I feel like this is energy. I don't necessarily feel like this is a problem. I just feel like it's where your focus is. So in the month of August, you could be looking at things, revisiting how you're spending your money, what you want to do with it, your investments. Everything is going to be important to look at and pay attention to what's valuable to you. That's what I feel like is coming up. It's like, what's valuable? What do you want to hold on to and what isn't worth keeping any longer? This could have to do with furniture, clothes, just personal belongings in general. But it really does feel like an energy of, I don't want to quite let go of some things. So that's a lot to come from one card, but that's a lot of different things that need to be either addressed or looked at or you're just thinking about. So in the recent past, we have the Nine of Cups in reverse with the Page of Swords. So I think you're starting to, again, take a look at where things are not fulfilling anymore. What area of your life you're not feeling fulfilled? Queen of Cups, no doubt. I mean, you have the Nine of Cups and the Queen of Cups both in reverse with the Page of Swords. So what does that tell me? It's a part of you maybe looking back at the past. It's like having a new way of looking at things. And that helps us in a lot of ways get over the humps of disappointments, things not going the way that we want them to be. And especially when you're about to go through some major changes in your life, which you guys know, the North and South Node, if I can get it out, this stupid, these temporary teeth, the North and South Node shifting was going to create a big change in your life. Although it may not happen overnight, you're going to see some things change. And typically what happens in that cycle, what happens? You have to be uncomfortable. You have to not enjoy what you're doing anymore. Something has to not be going right for you to make a change. Otherwise, we wouldn't make the change. So I think you've realized that you're not fulfilled in one area of your life, and you're starting to look back and question some of maybe the choices that you made, why you made the ones that you did, and how you're going to move forward now. And the Four of Pentacles plays a part in what's important for me to hold on to, what's valuable to me, and then what's not, and how I release that. So current energy, we have the Strength. Yes, it's taken a lot. Ooh, okay. I like this a lot because something really great is going to happen. The strength that you have shown through this, it's almost like Spirit's way of rewarding you for having put up with the difficult part of this transformation. And I think you have the courage and the strength to push forward now. Whatever it is that you choose to do is going to be incredibly successful. Now, what does that mean? Because it doesn't just mean in a job. It means if you're making a choice to do something that has anything to do with your finances, whatever it is feels like it's going to be successful. Something's going to pay off. And here it's like you're finally, I said this in another reading, I want to say it's Capricorn, like you're looking down the throat of this lion and going, I can do this. I'm not afraid. I'm not scared. The dissatisfaction was enough that it pushed you in a new direction. And now I think the courage is finally there to take the steps that you needed to. You know, things don't happen until they're meant to happen. Now, the Ten of Pentacles can mean a lot of different things. Empress. Okay, great. So this is a good sign that your new ideas are going to be coming to you, but you're going to be back on your throne again. So if you felt like your crown was a little tilted, by the way, this can be masculine or feminine, or you just weren't feeling like yourself, this is you back in that place again. Probably because Your finances are good. Yes, Venus is in retrograde. Does that mean it's going to take a little time? Sure. But this is the energy of the next 2 weeks. So either the ideas are coming, the courage is coming, whatever is happening for you over this period of time is getting you to this place, is pushing you to be in this consistently, where you feel like, yeah, I can straighten my crown. Thank you very much. I have things in order. I'm ready. There's going to be some evidence of that, financially or otherwise, for the fact that you had the courage to step through this difficult period. All right, so in the near future, we have, I'm going to put that down because we don't, again, cards, I'm going to say this until I get used to it. I may have to put tape on their naked little bodies. So the devil's coming out in the upright with the moon. See, the devil can be really passionate and devious, and not necessarily in a bad way. You could be involved with a Capricorn, could be Cap, Leo, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and or another Taurus energy in your life, but it's not necessarily talking relationship right now. If something comes out about love, I'll let you know. The devil with the moon in reverse, something that you had found to be either toxic or that you felt really bound to. That's what I really see this energy as being. You recognize where you allowed something like that to happen. And it's like, now I know how to use this energy properly. With the moon in reverse, it may have eluded you in the past. We all have to have both dark and light energies. And I think a part of your spiciness is going to come back out again. And you may be like, okay, where things had made me feel stuck in the past, I can use some of those things to my advantage now because I've learned something that I didn't know before. Definitely an illuminating period in the near future. 8 of Swords, this gets you, listen, if you got to be cunning, you got to be cunning. If you have to do something that doesn't necessarily feel morally right, I'm not telling you to go out and commit a crime. I'm just saying sometimes, we have to push boundaries in order to get out of things that we feel really, really tied to. The Strength card says that you're having the courage because you know you're unhappy to let go of this thing that has been holding you back or keeping you down. It wasn't exciting anymore. Now you know what to do. So it's going to get you out of a place of feeling stuck. Yes, that's future energy. Do we know how long that's going to be? I'm going to say you might start seeing a little bit of light at the end of Venus retrograde because it's your ruling planet. And typically it's time to do some reflection. So you're probably still in that reflective period, but you're going to come out of it. Let's see what your challenge is the next 10 days. The 9 of Pentacles in reverse. So you may still have that feeling of things aren't quite stable. I'm not sure that I have the clear independence that I really want. This is the picture that I want. I'm not sure that I'm quite there. That's just your challenge. It's an energy. It has nothing to do with how things actually look. But I always say, we all have a different idea of what that is. And if you have past trauma or anything that has caused a nervousness around your finances or your living situation, it can be hard to feel a sense of peace inside. That's the trust in the universe. I still question it too. So if you're in a moment where you feel like, I'm not sure how this is going to work out for me, how am I going to still maintain my independence? How are things going to look? You're going to be okay for sure. But I just think it's hard for you to see how that's going to work itself out. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and clarify the 4 of Pentacles. Let's see what it is. Get an idea of what it is that you're holding on to. And then we'll move on from there. There's something about antiques for some of you. Okay, so the 4 of Swords, don't overthink it is what they're saying to you. You know what's valuable to you. You know what's important. Hold on to those things and don't let them go. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. So the 4 of Wands, a home. So you could be holding on to a home situation because there's something about it that makes you happy. For some of you, it does. For others of you, it doesn't. And it could be either a marriage or a partnership that you have held on to as well. The 6 of Wands, this tells me whatever's happening in that scenario, it's going to be successful. Now, it's in the upright. Does that mean that a relationship is going to be successful? It could be that you don't want to give up. This is going to be for a lot of different people, so I'm going to tell you the things that I get, so take what resonates. For some of you, I'm going to say hold on to what matters to you, and if this relationship is something that you want to work out, it's a marriage or a connection that's long-term, it will be successful. Just don't overthink it. Just remember what's important within the relationship and working through the things that may have been creating a little bit of dissatisfaction. For some of you, you may have had a little bit of a wandering eye, and because you were unhappy or emotionally unfulfilled. And now if you put the energy back into this because you really want to save it, then I think you can do that. It's having the courage to do so. It will be successful. But it's you getting back to that place where you feel like you again and feel supported by your partner. For others of you, this is just about you being happy about something involving your home situation or your partnerships, friendships, things that bring a lot of joy to you. And then we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. So for the people that are wanting to save a relationship and you know that it's important to you, this is saying, I don't think you're looking for something new. For others of you, you are just focused on yourself and your energy and not necessarily wanting to put yourself out there for new love. Now, do I think that this means you need to put a little bit more into you? Absolutely. Let's look at the recent past with the Nine of Cups and the Page of Swords. We have the Knight of Cups. So you not going towards something. There's something that you hadn't put your energy into for a while, and it could just be because your eyes were wandering, not necessarily that you wanted to go find somebody new, but you weren't feeling fulfilled. So that could be you, and it could also be your person. Let's see what we get next. So we have the Two of Pentacles, just because things weren't balanced, obviously. We don't need to beat that to death. Let's go into your current energy. The Strength with the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Five of Swords. Perfect. This just tells me that you're ready for any kind of battle. Maybe you were worn out in the past, and now you're finally in a position where you feel like, okay, I'm ready. Let's do this again. I have the courage. I feel really excited. There's an abundance there with the Ten of Pentacles. Could it be that you feel like you have the full support of your partner again, or you feel the full support just from spirit, and that puts you back in this energy of feeling like you're going to fight for what you want. You're going to fight for the things that really matter to you. And now under that, we have the Nine of Swords in reverse, which is perfect because that indicates that you're going to come out of a space of feeling really stressed out, tired, maybe not being able to sleep, back into a space of feeling, and I keep wanting to say it, back in your throne and adjusting your crown. And again, masculine or feminine. Now, in the near future with this Devil card, because something had created such unhappiness, clearly it took a lot of strength for you to decide whether you wanted to stay bound to this or not. For some of you, yes, you needed to get rid of some of the toxicity within a relationship in order to stay with it, if it was worth it. Others of you, it's like you recognize you had to have the strength to walk away from something that was holding you back. So it's either scenario here. Don't usually do that. The Devil with the Moon in reverse, Hierophant. They're just asking you here to really trust. Some of you, this is a higher level of commitment, but I think it could be just committing to yourself again and realizing that being bound to something else, whether it's a job, a person, whatever it is, I feel like your faith is finally going to be restored. If you've lost it, especially if you've gone through trauma, it's hard to believe that we come here to have these really difficult experiences. Part of you may finally find that balance between, I get it, I know why I'm here, but at the same time, I want to live a balanced and easier life. I'd like trauma not to continue to happen. So the Hierophant's there telling me that you're releasing some of those old things and restoring your faith. It's going to be illuminated, enlightenment. So the Moon in reverse with the Eight of Swords released from that energy. Temperance, it's about damn time. That's all I'm going to say, because Temperance in reverse tells me you have no more patience for the things that you may have tolerated in the past. Amen to that. I know how difficult it can be to be patient through some tough times, and I think you've done a beautiful job, and now you're ready to take off. So this challenge that we have here, don't think it's really significant. No, well, it is significant. I'm not going to say it's not. If this is how you feel, I understand that. Is Spirit always going to support you? Absolutely. Do they want you to have faith that things are going to work out? Yes. Are you going to be okay by yourself if you decide that, or if you want to feel like, even if you have stability, but it doesn't feel that way, is it going to get back to a place where you're just at ease? The Seven of Swords. Your fear is that things will turn out the way that they have in the past. Either you're afraid somebody's going to cheat or go a different direction, maybe in a relationship, or you're concerned that you're going to get screwed over again. And I understand that. I'm hoping that you can relax into it. Some of these messages help you understand that it is all really working out in the current energy. And even if it's not visible, it's going to be so much better than what you may have even expected. I'm going to get a couple of cards from the Lover's Oracle. They usually have regular messages, not always love, but let's see. Okay. This is for you. We have acceptance is the key to inner peace. Absolutely. At times we must accept things as they are. There's no point in trying to change that which is beyond our control. So much easier said than done, but that's a good point. Has a lot to do with your reading. And then we have twin flames. Your passion ignites. For some of you, listen, I do not, if you've been with me, you know I don't frou-frou the twin flame connection. I don't, God, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't romanticize it because it's a difficult connection. We're here to learn lessons. And the twin flame connection is one that really, really triggers all of your wounds and traumas. Now, will you feel a deep connection with that person? Absolutely, because you have a soul connection and a contract. But having someone that feels similar to what the twin flame did, that deep connection without that trauma that's associated with triggering all of your wounds, yes, that could be good. So somebody might be showing up in your life if you don't already have a partner that feels that way. Forgiveness, stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. Again, one of those easier said than done. For some of you, you may have had to forgive or wanted to try to forgive a partner. Maybe they had to forgive you. Maybe there was some cheating or something going on. It's not for everybody, but there is some forgiveness there. Obviously, we know people always tell us forgiveness is for you, not for the other person. But again, that takes time. So I think you're just working through these energies and really getting back to yourself, getting back to a place where you feel more lighthearted and stable and on the other side of difficulty and stress. All right, so I'm going to get a couple more cards. Let's see what we get here. We got the yin energy. See, I think of yin as being the feminine, but I think it's the masculine. Isn't that terrible? I should know that. I get twisted. I could never tell my left from my right either. Anyway, it's a 2 energy, so that's a good sign. For those of you trying to come back into balance and partnership, that's what I feel like you're doing. That energy is going to pop up in order to balance things out. Serendipity. See, here's that luck. That 10 of Pentacles and the Empress telling you that, yeah, good fortune. Things turning in your favor. It's kind of like the Wheel of Fortune to me. Now, you could be born on the 2nd, the 1st, the 8th, or the 9th of the month. And then we have clean it up. So any area of your life where things seem to be a little out of whack or out of control, this is a time when Spirit's coming in and saying, you know, clean up those areas. They're going to be cleaning things up for you and with you. So you could be born on the 21st, the 2nd, the 1st, or the 3rd of the month. Let's get one more card for you. To the sea. So this is going to be a good time to kind of float with the energy. Allow these good things to come in. Of course, you've got things that you're clearly focusing on, but try to go with the flow the best that you can. 7s are going to be significant. Pay attention to anything that has to do with a 7, whether you see it on a license plate, numerology on the clock, anything numerically that has to do with 7s, I feel is going to be significant over the next probably 10 days to 2 weeks. All right, my loves, those are your messages. Thank you so much for being here. Again, if you'd like a personal, that's in the description box below or the About section of my channel. Please hit that like button on your way out. I love you guys so much. Have an amazing 10 days, and I'll see you in the next one.